Welcome to a brand new episode of Backpass X Balestier Khalsa. And today we're not in PSB Academy because of some technical issues that are being resolved right now as we speak. So we are back on Zoom. And with me, as usual, I've got my man, Kelvin Singh. How are you doing, Kelvin?
I'm good. I'm good. Just a quick message to all the listeners out there who listened to my podcast last Friday and heard all the echoes. Uh, Apologies there. I had no idea that there was echo, but nevertheless, back
That's
to
part of the technical issues we're facing.
just technical
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
No fingers pointed at anyone. PSV, but just very happy to be here in our favorite place, Zoom, and yeah, look forward to the episode today.
Yeah. And introducing as well, making his debut on the show, Mr. Joel Robert. How are you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good, man, Russ. Thanks for this. Feels good to be back on live screen. And what better way to do it with Backpass X Balestier. So, yeah, looking forward to the show. Let's have a good and let's rock the show, man.
All right. And appearing for the second time on the show, one of the captains of the team, Mr. Ho Wai Loon, this time appearing alone instead of as part of a trio the last time. So how are you doing, Wai Loon? Ni hao ma?
Yeah, good. Ni hao, ni hao. Of course, I'm always
Okay.
good.
I got to slot in a bit of this mother tongue thing to make
Yes,
it
to,
fair. So that people don't think that I only know Malay or Punjabi and I don't speak any other language. So I gotta be fair for everyone. So yeah, appreciate
That's the
that.
max, bro.
Huh? That's the max I know. Other than that, it's all R21 stuff. We can't.
can censor or censored.
Yeah, I can censor. There'll be lots of bleeps on Spotify. We can bleep that. All right, guys, let's get the show on the road. A new format this time. Instead of question and answer, we're going to have a roundtable discussion. And we'll start off with Joel. Joel,
Let's
lead
go,
the way.
guys. All right, Loon.
Yo.
Glad to see you, brother. All right, man.
Glad to see
Look,
you,
I'm
man.
going to start with the comeback, man. All right, I think the first three games, let's not talk about Albrechts. All right, let's talk about the first game, Tampines and Tanjung Pagar. All right, the team really had a solid resilience, to strive for comebacks. It's something that we rarely see much in local football these days. But I think you guys really did good. I think as a fan, as a neutral, I think anyone would have loved that kind of a comeback display. But I just want to know your thoughts. Talk us through as a leader on the pitch. How do you get the team going? I mean, going down 2-0 and then going down like 2-1 or 3-1, and then getting the team, getting the players riled up, and it's not easy. But as a leader being on the pitch, how do you get the team going, man? Talk us through the moment.
Yeah, I mean, yes, because football is a 90 minutes game. Like anything can go. Even though at the last minute you can score, even the first minute can score. So as a leader, as a leader of a team, like three of us, or like even the senior players, we always keep ourselves going. As if anything went wrong in the at the start of the game, I mean, there's 90 minutes. Why not? We just keep on going and not put ourselves down. I mean, 1-0, 2-0 at the 10 minutes, but we still got another 80 more minutes. I think we need that mentality of the team to keep us going, so that at least we motivate each other and keep telling us that we are not over and this is not over yet until the final whistle. So I think that 45 minutes break, like 15 minutes break at the halftime, I think it's very important to tell the players that it's not over, that we still have a lot of time to fight. So I think that's where the spirit and the mentality that have to come to place a part to get the comeback going. So I felt that I feel that in the team that we can always come back. I mean, but it's not a good thing to always do a comeback. So it's not always a good thing. But you can see from there that we have the fighting spirit to come back from Tampines game, and I mean Tanjong Pagar game is also one of them. But you can see how much we want to get going and how much we want to have that comeback and not in the losing side.
Yeah. So would you say this is down to your team unity that you're able to mount these comebacks?
Yeah, I would say it's more that I would say it's the unity of the team, because there's a lot of youngsters in the team. I mean, and you can say that maybe like 13, 14, 15 players are senior players.
Yeah.
So to have that experience and mentor is very important. I hope that all the young ones can really look up to these three games. Tampines is one of the comeback. Albrechts we don't see, but then like I say again, because Albrechts is a game where even though we are down that much, but we still continue to try to play.
Yeah.
we don't have that like we are losing and we shouldn't have played what we not been playing. So I think I want the young ones to see this opportunity as an opportunity to know how much it means to have that mental to fight back and come back, not give up until the final whistle.
Okay, Kelvin. I think you got something to say about the attacking side of the team, right? It's quite good, right? The Balestier going forward.
Yeah, I think the comebacks. I think we start with the comebacks as well. Makes the game really exciting as a fan, but
Yeah.
also makes you go into this roller coaster of emotions,
Yeah.
which it's not really healthy in the long run. I think
Not healthy for people with heart disease.
Yeah, man.
it's very no, but it is very thrilling. I was at the stadium the last game with Tanjung Pagar, and we were actually RAS and I were sitting next to the we were sitting next to the opposition fans in Tanjung Pagar, and then they were making a lot of noise when the guys were 2-0 up, and then quick succession, I think Ansar picked the ball up.
Yeah.
That was the first goal. Really, really aggressive play. But really kudos to the comeback. But this, like what you said, not sustainable in the long run. And the attacking play is really, really good. But I feel that there's something missing, man. There's something.
Yeah, I think there's something missing, and that's where I think Loon, you can actually feel that something missing, filling the blanks. Though, Ras talked about unity. Kel talked about resilience, the fighting spirit. I mean, what are the positive aspects do you think you can take out of this team, or and also the areas where we can improve on, so that we don't go on this comeback run.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to know. I think it's a wonderful name to have. No comeback kings. I think there's a certain team in English football that had that comeback kings last season, and it didn't really end well. I mean, it'll be nice to have that name, but in the long run, it's not that healthy. So, talk us through the positive aspect of the team, bro.
We'll talk about the positive first. Later, we'll talk about the negatives.
Yep.
So, this is the positive segment. Keep it positive.
As I see it, as in it's positive that we can score, not that we cannot score. We have the capability to score, and we have the capability to play. So I think it's something really very positive for a new team like us. Everybody was trying to, but I mean things haven't gone our way. But then, I mean it's part and parcel of football. You can't have success overnight. But given that 3 games, I mean we scored like 5 goals. But I mean it's not good to concede goals like yours. It's not a healthy thing to keep having comebacks. But like what I say, the positive side is entertaining the fan, but it's quite tiring to be on the pitch, to have to keep every game going this and this. And I think that's really something like you say, something is missing at the back. But going forward is not really a main concern for us. I mean, we know like how our foreigners work, our 3 Japanese work, how the team works. So I think there's a lot of trust when it comes to attacking. But I'm not saying that no trust in the defense, but I think like what the positivity is, we are a team that is capable of going forward. So that's a positive side. But come to the negative side, I mean they rely on us as well. I mean we can attack, but if you come to defense, we have to work ourselves as well. We have to work on defense, and I think that's what we are lacking of. As I think everybody can see it from there on. From there.
So on the defense side, I gotta cut you there. Sorry. On the defense side, we'll get to that point. I think Kelvin's got some questions to ask you to break up the monotony. Making it a bit more fun.
The defense side or what?
No, you got some questions, right, for him?
Hit the quick fire question with him, so that Loon gets it a little bit. He's a bit stuck right now. He's a bit tight right now. So let's loosen him up a bit.
Okay, let's loosen you up. Okay, you ready or not, Wailun?
I'm always, man.
All right, I love this answer, man. Okay, the first one is a rather simple one. This is a personal question for you. Who or what inspired you to play football?
Who and what? I think...
Is it going to be Darwin though?
Hey, man, Joel, you're not sure about Wailun's story. Next on his agenda is the chairman of.
All right.
Yeah.
Go for it, Loon.
Who and what?
Who or what?
Who or what though? Yeah.
I think what inspired ones to approach this, I think it's my grandma, that I want to pursue this for her. Yeah, because
career.
Yeah. I mean, because she's the one that have been watching football as well, and she's always been asked. Yeah, she always been asking like how's everything as well. But I mean, it's my late grandma, so I think everything I'm doing is like definitely is always for her. So I
Man,
think
shout out to her, man. Shout out to her.
Oh, nice, man. Nice.
yeah.
Okay, this will test your knowledge on the SPL. Real quick fire. I need the answers like bang, bang, bang. Very easy questions. Wailun, who is top of the SPL table right now?
Tanjung Pagar.
Very good. Who is the current top scorer in the league right now?
I think it's Kodai, the Abirax guy.
Correct. Kodai Tanaka, that guy
Yeah.
having a good season. Okay, how many assists does Darren Tay have this season?
2.
Oh, cantik lah.
Oh,
Nice.
Darren Wailun. Okay, Wailun, this is another one. Yeah. Who scored from the halfway line against Geylang last week?
Andre Moritz.
all right, man.
That's good. That's good. Who is the top scorer for Balestier so far?
Jumbo Rio? Jumbo?
Jumbo with 2 goals.
Yeah.
Which other S League team did Akbar manage?
Tampines Rovers.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Okay, man.
That's on fire.
No, but I know my stuff, huh?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, well done, bro. Okay, so from the quick fire, we go to the negative side of things now. So, yeah, so we spoke about the ability of the team to come back in matches, the attacking prowess he has, but it also looks like every time we are under pressure, we look like we could concede. So, would you put this down to lack of focus or lack of organization in the defensive phase?
I wouldn't say lack of focus. I would say maybe lack of organization and maybe like I cannot keep saying that it's a new team because it's quite a half number of like a current players at the back. So I think more down to like I think really there's a lot of work that we need to work to. Like, I mean, it's a young we are a very young squad and I mean there's a few experience in it and I mean I wouldn't say really focus, but I think it's more of like organization and really to keep ourselves like trust everyone each one another. So I think that is what we really need to work on now and not always like I mean we are sorry to say that we are always letting our attacker down, you know, like every time when we attack they score, but when it comes to the defense side in like what you say is always almost an opportunity of conceding a goal. So I think that's what I say again, like we really need to work on it. I would say that it's an organization stuff. I would feel that. Yeah.
Okay. Joel and Kelvin, when you watched Balestier defend, do you notice that probably there are moments in the game where there is a mental breakdown, like you know that like something is just not right. Maybe it could be the morale of the team is down, and you know at that moment then they'll concede a few goals, you know, quick fire goals like what happened against Tanjung Pagar, also against Albirex. I think we were doing pretty okay. I remember first half 1-0 down and you hit the bar as well. So we were not completely out of the game, but then second half we were just blitz and you know the score became loop-sided. So one of you maybe can take the next question. Any thoughts on this?
I'll go for this because I was at the stadium and I'm also watching Balestier Khalsa very closely this season. I am not sure, Wailun, maybe you can explain further on this, but how I see it from afar is like a little uncertainty. I'm not saying that it's fear or something like that, but it's just very uncertain. When they get the ball in the defense, I feel that the uncertainty is there. Nothing got to do with mentality. I see your defenders, the goals go in, they pick up the ball, they bring it forward, they keep going and going. That's a great mentality to have, but it just really looks very uncertain. As you can see, the first goal we conceded against Tanjung Pagar, the goalkeeper is just very uncertain on what he did, and then he kicked the ball straight to I think it was Khairul Amri, and then did that thing. So I think there's just this uncertainty is happening. Maybe Wailun, you can explain on this.
Yeah, I mean it's a process of like what Coach Abai taught us. I mean, we cannot say that trust the process, but like what he said, it's over. So he had taught us we need to execute that thing. So this is where the time where you know if you don't make mistake, you won't learn. I mean we cannot keep making we can't keep making the same mistake, but there's definitely one point of time there's one mistake and that's where you wake up that okay, this is the mistake that I made. This is what I'm going to work on, and this is how we want to play. But I mean, there's no obligation of like we will keep playing. We will definitely keep playing the way we want to play to try to play out of the back. I mean, even for the fans, I mean, it's quite a like a heart attack thing, you know. Where every time we want to play out, that something happens. Correct?
Yeah.
Right to say? Yeah, I know. But even
I
us, yeah,
think at the moment of the game, some people were shouting, "Just pump the ball, just pump the ball."
I think that's a local football enigma, though.
yeah, I mean that, yeah, because like you'll say like just pump the ball, just pump the ball. Because but then in our mind, this is what we want to play. We want to try to play. So I mean, we are sorry to like give those fans or like whatever to have the heart attack, but we want to play a beautiful football if possible. This is what we have been training. This is what we have learned. So I think this is where we need to execute. But like I say again, like mistakes bound to be made, and we need to carry on from that and learn from the mistakes that we did. And for like what you say, like defense wise again, like every time y'all feel a bit of uncertainty, even we have to trust ourselves. We have to trust our teammates to execute all this. So I think where by a time where I think we can give you all something to watch again.
Yeah,
Alright.
man. Yeah.
Cool. Joel, yourself?
Yeah, I
Any
think it's
question
a local stigma. I think when it comes to local football, when you play from the back, it's always hey, just pump the ball, just pump the ball. It's taking grip. But
Yeah.
I think it takes
It's
it
fear,
takes a
right?
pure talent to actually play the ball from the back.
Yeah.
It's quite flawless, and we have seen how Balestier did it. I think when Rudy passes the ball to Wailun or Bronzovic, they play the ball really well. They play the ball from the back really well. But I think that is where it starts. That disorientation starts the moment the ball left the foot off the centre back. And that's where the decision making comes from our centre mids. I think that is where that is where we are lacking at the current moment. I think maybe it could be a form of mental strength, and also why when we go like 2 goals down, the panic comes in, the rush comes in. We have to start doing something, or else we need points on the table, we need goals on the game. So it's difficult. It's difficult as a fan. I think it's too much to ask you guys to play flawlessly from the back, but mistakes are about to happen. But look, I think Akbar has a game plan that you guys have put up for this season. I've seen a few posts that says trust the process. I also have done it before. So should we just trust the process till the end of the season, or is there any change that's going to come in?
That it's okay if you cannot reveal the change, but
Yeah.
I mean,
is the Balestier pitch built for, or the Balestier pitch, is it
Built for that.
playing that kind of football?
No, but I think we can blame it. We can blame it on the pitch. I think we have professional coaches have blamed on the pitch. The grass is too short and all that. The wind is too strong. So.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, maybe Jalan Besar or like, those slick passing or Tampines Stadium, you can do that because nice flat surface and all. But Balestier, especially when it rains and all, gives you a little tricky situation, the ground and stuff like that. So I don't know, man.
But I would say on that point, for a grass pitch, I think the Toa Payoh Stadium holds up quite well.
Yeah, it holds up quite well. Yeah,
it holds up quite well because just today I was speaking to my colleague, and he's also coaching at Toa Payoh Stadium under the Active SG Academy, and he's telling me, the field is well maintained and it holds up quite well with even with rain. And I know Balestier takes really good care of the field. So field, I don't think so. I personally, I don't feel anything about the field. Wailun, do you agree?
To be honest, I mean, yes, the pitch really plays a part.
Mm-hmm.
In as much as we are trying to do what we learn, I mean, okay, like what Joe mentioned, should we trust the process? But I mean, it's always trust the process, but when is the process,
End product,
yeah, it's always, but when is the process? But the teaching is over. He has coaches us and like for months. So this is time like we need to execute.
Mm.
We can't keep saying about trust the process. It's really now up to us how we're gonna execute the things that he have taught us. And I feel that yes, I think field really plays a part. Like I mean, everyone complains. It's nothing new, It's been like for years that people talking about the Toa Stadium. But I mean, there's like conditioning on the pitch. But I mean, I feel like we have to see on game situation. If really like what say that if we are goals down or whatever, we are trying to play, but in some certainty, sometimes we have to play long and stuff. It's all over in Europe. I mean, when you try to play and things doesn't go your way, and when things doesn't go your way and you start to panic, like what you have mentioned, things start to panic when your 2 goes down. We always want to get back the points, want to get back the goals. So I think that's where one of the mentality, like we have to step in. Like I think the team have to like focus on the mental that we have to be as calm as possible when things start to not go our way. I mean, it's all around. So pitch is one thing, but as I can say, we are really doing our best to play out as much as possible, because we won't change our style of play, which is this is what coach has taught us. So we are not gonna change of how we're gonna play. Even yes, I mean it will be very frustrated for the fans. It's always like y'all say, why y'all still passing? When this sort of situation, just keep the ball and stuff. It's always like, I mean, if from outside we will think that, hey, why are you still passing? But I feel that we want to keep the way on how we want to play, even if it's ugly. But I feel that this is what we want to play. So I think we have to really put in the work, continue what we're doing, and like to really step up and execute the movement.
Okay, so just to end this, on a positive note, I would say I think I've seen one-on-one defending. Our defenders are not that bad, like Ensa and Delvinder, Wailun, yourself.
Never forget him, man.
Yeah, one-on-one, you are not bad. When a person tries to take you on, it's not easy to get past you, and there are players that are maybe twice your size or height, and of course, I mean Ensa is Ensa, but the rest, like yourself and Delvinder, there are players that twice your size and all. They try and take you on, but it's not easy to get past you guys. One-on-one defending, I think you guys do quite well. So there are some positives there to build on, I would say. Yeah. Okay, Joel, let's hit it.
Let's loosen him up again.
Yes.
Second one. All right, Loon. All right, before we even look forward to the next one, all right, I'm going to hit you with the next quick fire. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to give you a string of Balestier Galsa players, and you're going to come up with one word to describe them. I'll give an example. Like if you say Messi, his greatness, Ronaldo, GOAT, Wenger, professor, something along those lines. I'm going to give you 10 Balestier related names. All right, you're just going to come up with description. Ready? Okay, the first one, we're going to go. Jumbo.
Strong.
Yeah.
Gareth.
Correct.
Yep, that's good.
He had the calmness. Gareth had a very calmness kind of person, I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
How about Darren?
Well, leadership.
Kuraba.
Cheeky guy.
Bronzovic.
Less word. I think a very man with less word, I think.
All right. How about Delvinder?
Loudspoken.
Custodian Rudy.
Quiet but execute. Quiet.
And last three, Puvan.
I was Neymar. Neymar of the team.
Whoa, that's bold.
Big shout out to Puvan now.
No pressure, bro.
All right,
No pressure, bro.
All right, Singapore's Neymar could be. All right, the last two, okay. Rasvinder.
Lanky.
And lastly, the Don himself, Darwin.
The boss, man.
All right, man. That's a good
The
one.
boss man, yeah.
Kel, lead the one to look forward ahead.
Man, so hey, before I start, I just wanted to ask you, Wailun, have you guys ever considered maybe you guys can play Ensar as a striker?
Yeah, I think
there's a backstory for this. He has been going on and on for this whole week. He's been saying that we should actually have Bronzovic as a striker, man.
That's what I've been saying, man.
Yeah.
What do you think?
But that's called maybe a desperate time, if to just.
No, I think normal times, he could be like what Kim Shun Wook is for Lion City, right?
Oh, maybe yeah.
You think about it, right? Because he's dominating. Yeah, he's dominating all the defenders. As you can see, all his goals, they are he's just you can see in the press. I thought then give me the idea. It's why not Ensar as a striker, right? And he's pretty good at it.
Shall we suggest to Coach Akbar?
Actually, I was noticing this also, that there were points where suddenly Ensa or Delvinder will be playing up front.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting thing that I noticed in the game against Tanjung Pagar.
We were at the stadium and we were like, hey, what is these two centre backs doing there?
They take turns to go forward.
Yeah.
I think
to see who's the better striker.
Hey, Wailun, tomorrow you get into training, right? You just like, hey, coach, you know what I heard? I think we should try Ansar as a striker, man.
Would, would, would I say, oh yeah, I think we can make another Kim Shin Hook, huh?
Yeah, man. He may end up with a hat trick this weekend.
Eh, eh. You never know, man.
That leads to my question actually.
Oh.
What is the team? So moving forward, looking forward to the next game, Young Lions. They are bottom of the league. What is the team right now, Balestier, doing to make things right in training or in general? Maybe working on defense, working on the transition play. What are you guys working on right now?
Uh, not say about okay, not say about like bottom last. I mean, every team has their own strong points, lah. I mean, I would say that. So coming into the game, definitely we need 3 points. I mean, we are working on what we are lacking of, as what y'all have seen and have said about like our defense and all. But I wouldn't say that that would make a weak link for us. It's just that we are just working on what we are lacking of and trying to make things better. And coming to this game, we need as much as possible. We need the very first 3 point, and coming another home game.
Yeah.
Home game is somewhere you wouldn't want someone to take the points away from you.
Mm.
And it's been 2 home games and we only gotten a point, which I feel is unacceptable. But I mean, football is football, it's not everything that goes away. But I think this coming Saturday game is a very, very important for us and for the supporters as well. As much as we want the 3 points and as much as we are working on what we need to work on, I feel that this game is going to be where everyone in the team have to step in to know that this 3 point is how important this 3 point is, and on the home ground.
I understand. So I understand you stress that 3 points is the utmost importance right now. This is a must-win game for you at the weekend. Where do you feel needs the most urgent attention in the team right now to get the win against Young Lions?
I would say our mental. I would say really mental, because it has been a very tough month, I would say. I mean, with all the result going on and people are there, the supporters are there to watch us play, and things haven't goes our way. But then, I mean, we did some pretty good stuff. We did some pretty good stuff. But I feel that the team mental have to be strong to keep going, because it's not end of the season. It's only 3 games down, but we still have 20 over games. Yeah, it's not the end yet. So I would say that is the time now is the right time to pick us up, to pick everyone up, to fight for one another. Because rather than I think that it's only 3 games and we are down and we feel very not motivated to play. I mean, that's the wrong mentality. So I think everyone in the team, even the young ones, or whoever playing or even on the bench, have to really step up their game.
Yeah, on that note, Wailun, I gotta ask you, what's the morale like in the team right now? Because I remember after the Tanjung Pagar game, I stayed on a bit and I saw the players, everyone looks quite crestfallen at the final whistle. I think even one of your players broke down in tears. What's the morale like in the team right now?
I mean, I think the team is still okay. I still like the morale is still okay, because we are still like how to say. I mean, we are just taking a game at a time. But I mean, from the last game, as you can see, everyone is down because we expect a win, and coming and leading a 3-2 to down to the 5-3 is not a easy way to overcome a game, And I mean, maybe one of the player maybe broke down, like you guys can see. But I think everyone have a bad game. You can't have perfect game every game. So there's definitely one of the game where something not right or what. But I mean, this is where you have to learn. I mean, this is where I say, like, mistake is made. Mistake have to be made, and that's where you learn. And I think the team morale is still going strong, because we are really looking forward to our first 3 points. And that's where we keep ourselves motivated and not giving up yet, because it's still a long way of the season. So the team morale is still going good. Telling each other, keeping each other up, to keep going. It's still there. So I feel that the team morale is not down, but we are still striving and looking forward and going forward.
Right.
Okay. I just want to give a shout out to the player that broke down. I don't know his name because I couldn't quite recognize who he was, but just a shout out to him. Keep your chin up, bro. If you're listening to this, keep your chin up, because football, today you lose, it only gives you an opportunity to make right whatever you did wrong. So there's always an opportunity coming up. So keep your chin up.
It's a long season ahead. Like,
Yeah.
it's a long season ahead. There's many games to go. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs. So brave that. We'll strive again this weekend. Big one.
Guys, but Joel, I just want to ask you, looking from outside, not in the team, but just on from a fan's perspective, in your opinion, what do you think needs the most urgent attention in the team?
Wow, I've been following SPL closely this season, like yourself, Kel. You know, I've been following Balestier and the whole of SPL. You know, on my Friday nights, I usually out, but these days I'm like holding two laptops. You know, one in Balestier, one in SPL. So I think the major attention that needs right now in terms of Balestier wise, I think we are good in the front. I also believe that we are good at the back. I think the attention needs to be done in the central mid of the park. I think that is where we are. I'm not going to say that we lack control. We just lack the strength to actually move the ball forward faster.
The composure.
The composure is there, yeah. So you know when we play from the back, you know that flawless play is, you know, you got to move the ball faster. And we actually seen that, you know, when Balestier came back to hit 3-2, three goals was really solid. It's like quick fire. The free kicks were taken good. You know, the passes was there, back to back passes.
Yeah.
You know, they were playing beautiful long balls. And then that's where it just thrown down. And especially when you guys see, you know, after second half time, when the guys came back for second half, we start the second half, the first 10 minutes really good.
Yep.
And then 60th minutes, that's where we start to break down. And I think one major improvement from last season to this season is, I think, the fitness. These boys, this season, I think you guys, Loon, I think you got to applaud yourself for that. Your fitness level for this season is, I think, is at 100%, man. I think you guys really strive. I see guys at the 89 minute running up and down despite losing 5-3. They keep going. So I think there are a lot of positives to take. But at the same time, there's just a little bit of the gritty-nitty part that needs to be, you know, there's just a little concern there. If we can match that and we can turn that around, we are in for a big win, man, this Saturday. I'm really going for a big win, man. Yeah.
Hopefully, this could be the step up or the step.
Yeah, this could be the start of the many games that we're going to win and, you know, rise to the top.
So,
I
Loon,
see
how
you haters there, man. That is one for the haters out there, guys.
Loon, how you plan to spur the team on for the weekend?
Oh man, I just want them to look forward for the 3 points and, you know, to feel what is it feel like to be winning. What is it feels like to win a game, because haven't been winning like for 3 games, you know.
Yeah.
So I want them to feel what is it like to win.
The winning
And
feeling.
yes, of course, definitely. And I want them to feel what's the feeling of having to celebrate after the game.
Yeah.
So this is what I want them to look forward to. Every team is strong.
And get used to it.
And
Yes,
get
of
used
course.
to it,
get
yeah.
used to it.
Week in,
Then
week out.
that's where the team, it will be high. If once we win, that's where the momentum is gonna go, you know. So I really want them to look forward to it this Saturday, and I really want them to really feel what it feels like to have a win in the pocket.
Fantastic.
Fantastic, man.
Well said. Ras, over to you, man.
Okay. Anyone got any quick fires now?
I think we are done with the fire. The
Okay.
fire is at the top level right now. Look at Loon. So the fire is at the top level. Yeah, it's so hot. It's so steamy right now. So he needs to like indulge in some water. So yeah, right.
Okay. I'll ask some questions. Wailun, this is on your personal interest. Okay. Your all-time favorite player.
All time, Messi.
Okay. All-time favorite club.
All time favorite, Arsenal.
Arsenal. Okay. Interesting. Favorite celebrity.
Favorite celebrity.
As well.
I always like you know, Wanda. You know, Elizabeth Olsen from.
Elizabeth Olsen.
WandaVision.
Okay. All right. Cool. Favorite music genre.
Genre. Pop.
Nice song, right?
Pop. Okay.
English pop.
Favorite Mandarin artist.
Ras, how would you know whether he's
Never mind lah.
I do
Some
listen
fans
Chinese
will know,
song,
right?
Probably could be Jay Chow, right?
Jay Chow?
Or
That one-
BTS. Is that
Maybe
Korean,
my
right?
friend. Instead of BTS, Korean, man.
Korean bro. Salah orang.
Chinese random lah, but I give Jay Chow lah. I do
Okay.
listen lah, but I sometimes.
Hmm.
All right.
Cool. Okay. Favorite type of movie to watch. Your favorite genre of movie. Last question.
Sitcom, I'll say. Comedy sitcom.
Oh, all right.
Sitcom is a TV series, bro.
Movie ah.
Movie will be like comedy, horror, mystery.
Comedy lah. Comedy.
Next
Comedy,
comedy
yeah.
lah.
Fantastic. Same
Love
as me.
comedy ah. Love comedy ah.
Yeah.
Hey, Wailun, chicken biryani or mutton biryani?
That is very
Chicken
important,
biryani.
bro.
Chicken or
Chicken biryani.
mutton? Chicken biryani, very
But
good.
actually depends. Actually depends on places also, no meh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
True,
yeah.
true, true. Where you get the best biryani?
Where do you get the best?
Is it the spring leaf? I don't. I mean, it's been a long time since I ate biryani, man. Because now I'm like trying
Watching a
to change,
diet.
trying to change my
Ah.
diet because I've been trying to go like a vegan diet kind lah. I mean,
Oh,
wow.
okay,
Oh,
okay,
I'm
okay.
I mean, but not
Cool,
strict. But then, yeah, I mean, I think last time it was I think I like the dum biryani, you know, dum biryani.
Yeah.
And Lun, maybe if we get the big win or even get the 3 points this weekend, we'll go for one last biryani before you start your vegan on Monday.
But I really start. Maybe we can have a cheat meal lah.
All right, man.
But I mean, okay, because I'm still not really like strict vegan, but I mean,
Okay.
trying. But yeah.
And lah, bro. Sometimes at least once a week, no problem. Man.
Once a
Okay.
week.
Wailun, married, single, or ready to mingle for your female fans?
Hey, this is picture just now.
Wow, this one. What?
I was like, we saw your pictures.
Yeah, we saw a picture on the.
Before you answer that married question, I mean, that picture, when was it taken? Your Zoom profile picture.
Zoom profile.
Yeah,
that's
with the
when-
cap. The one that is outside state courts, though.
That's when I think 25, 26.
Oh,
When I was
wow.
25, 26.
Okay.
Man,
Cool.
look,
I
you still
know,
look the
yeah.
same, huh?
Oh, thanks.
Fella has never aged a single bit.
Man. Thanks. But still single. Man.
Still single, huh? Are you ready to mingle or no? Taken ready.
Ready to mingle.
All right.
right,
Yeah, female fans of Wailun,
If you guys are hearing this,
yes.
this
Take note.
boy is
Take
ready
note
to
of
mingle.
this.
Weekend, bro, Wailun, weekend you score, you just do this.
Yeah.
Call me if you want.
Look in the stands. You see anyone interesting? Do that. Okay, guys.
I'm in the stands, you can call me. Kel, move.
We'll do the audio.
We'll be your wingman. We'll be your wingman. We'll get the numbers for you, man.
That means what? Must like that.
Okay. Last segment for today. Wailun, I remember seeing you before the Tampines game. You carried a bit of an injury. You had an ankle injury, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you looked a bit down that you're not playing in that game. How's that recovery coming along?
I mean, it's been good lah. I mean, because that was like an ankle sprain, so it's probably like a 2-3 weeks out kind of injury. So I mean, to see coming back to play Albirex and now Tanjong Pagar, then now I'm looking forward to the next game. So I think recovery has been going well. Keeping myself fit to do like some strength conditioning work during like twice a week and stuff.
Okay, so but do you feel 100% now after that injury, or still a bit niggly?
I mean, it's a part and parcel. I mean, there's I wouldn't say really like 100%, but I will definitely once I'm on the pitch, I'm always 100% for the team, whichever team I'm in. So when it comes to the pitch, I will give my 100%, even though I'm not 100%.
All right, cool. That's fantastic commitment from the captain of Ballistic Khalsa. Joel and Kelvin, you got any questions? Last questions for Wailun?
I'm still speechless from the last part that he said, though. That commitment. I'm still reeling from that. I think that's the kind of commitment we need for players like Ballistic. No matter what happens, we got to give that 100%. And that 100% has to come this weekend. I think it's a big one. And I think, Lun, you said it very nicely. We need that 100%, man.
For me
Yeah,
to see
I think
Loon running up and down the flanks and then, nursing an injury, and he's just like brushing off his injury, and just being very committed to the cause, it's really, really good. As a fan, everyone listening out there, just by watching, it's very easy to watch a player play football, but, to be the player actually playing in the field
is different.
Their problem and putting their body on the line. I think, man, seeing you guys run up and down, it's really good, man. I hope you guys get the deserved 3 points over the weekend.
And you get the biryani as well, man.
yeah, man.
I will celebrate with you guys, man.
Definitely, man. Looking forward to this Saturday.
All right. Any last words for the fans?
I would say, do come down and support us, give us the trust, and to give us to really give us the. I mean, we are sorry that we disappointed you all, but do give us the trust. Come down to the stadium this Saturday to watch us against Young Lions and give us all of the support, and we will give you our 100% on the pitch.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic,
man.
fantastic. I would also say to the fans, do not give up hope.
Never.
3 games, tough 3
It
games
was so
first.
inspiring. My mother actually cheered for you.
Oh,
Right across me. It's so inspiring. My mother actually did that.
Inspiring everyone, hopefully.
yeah. And for the fans, I would say, do not give up hope. It's not been an
Yeah.
easy start for Balestier Khalsa, but that's what supporting a football club is all about. You know, you stick through thick and thin and keep supporting the club. Come down, make yourself heard. I think that's very important.
Yep.
To make yourself heard, not be quiet, so that the players on the pitch know that the fans are backing them. And with that, Joel, Kelvin, any last words?
No, I
Go
look forward
first.
to seeing everybody, man, at the stadium. We'll be there. Back pass will
Yep.
be there.
Yeah.
We will be. I think we'll be there at 5 at the gates. Do catch us. If you want to say hello, we are very friendly guys. And we'll be giving out some merch as well.
Yeah.
Do catch us at the
Yeah, man. Like
And-
like what Cal said, we are down, but we are not out. We will be back, guys. Trust the process. Balestier is going to go big this weekend, so come on down. Kickoff is at 5:30. Be there around 4:30. You will see the 3 beautiful faces of ours. Loon, you'll sit on the pitch. We will be there to give you guys a lot of questions, play around, enjoy the moment, feel the atmosphere. So we want to see you guys there, right? Fill up the entire stadium. All right?
Yep. And do not be intimidated by my height. So yeah.
Ras, it should be me, man. It should be me.
I can't believe that was your ending.
Look like he'll be the only one walking around, like.
Me and Ensa.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, Wailun, for taking the time to speak to us and the fans as well, watching and listening in to this episode of Backpass X Balestier Khalsa. It's me, Ras, signing out. Peace out. Ciao, and see you at the stadium.
See you.
See you.